You're live.
Oh, hello, gamers and gamers. There's no like male female differentiations there. Weird. Welcome to PSVG OT. I'm your host, Coach Hulk, aka Coach Mo, aka I'm excited to be on this podcast. Join me this fine evening is the man with the plan. Donnie, don't tell me what to do with my money, Reese. And Dev, I need an Xbox Tias.
Whoa.
Whew. I am so glad to have y'all here on PSV's one and only guaranteed to only ever be a night show. Yes, because my life
Night show.
Do mornings. It doesn't allow me to do Fridays. It doesn't allow me to do lots of stuff. But you get me at midnight on a Saturday and I'm free. It's the weirdest thing. So I've been given this opportunity to meet with these great guys. Donnie, real quick, how's your week been, man? You good?
Been good, man. Been real good. Yeah. Do work and Destiny 2. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of that game. That's the new one that came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't beaten it 3 times or nothing. That's
the game that I said I would. The game that I said I'd never play.
So
I'm playing
a liar.
Hypocrite. Yeah, he is. Wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy I like better. That doesn't sound as bad. And Dev, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing good. It's still early out here because I'm on the West Coast, the best coast. But yeah, week's been good. You know, I've been playing Destiny 2 as well. But yeah, it's been a good week. Wife is back home. She was out of town, and now she's here, and things are all well.
That's good. It's always better when the family's together.
Absolutely.
My week's been football, and an 8-hour cross-country meet today. Because why not? Why not spend 8 hours outside in Texas? Who doesn't want to do that? It's really fun. Everybody enjoys it. God, it was so boring. If only there was a handheld Xbox machine. Oh, wait, I brought my Xbox mobile phone. Thank you, Microsoft.
they stopped making them.
They did,
If you
but
didn't
I
see
still
the
have
news,
mine.
they were like, this isn't working for us.
I call it the X-Boy, and it works really good. So it worked out. But, yeah, it was a crazy day. Now, gentlemen, have I prepared you in any way, shape, or form to this podcast?
Not at all.
And that's the way it's going to be, folks. There will be no preparation by anybody except for me. And Coach Mo preparation works one of 2 ways. One, we win by 50, or we lose by 7 on a boneheaded call that I make. So hopefully we win this. And we win good. So my idea for this show and the PSVG OT, I'm really proud of that name, by the way. Thank you, Kevin. We had a good bouncing of names. Originally, I was going to call it the Madden podcast, but he X-nayed that. Yeah, I had a whole acronym for it. It was like mostly advanced determinations of something. I was like, he goes, that spells Madden. Yeah, weird. I had no idea. But it's not called the Madden podcast, PSVGOT. And what I wanted to do is have these extra conversations where people get to know you guys more. They get to know the things you love and know some awesome memories. And so today we're going to be talking about late night gaming and the food that comes with it. So I have a quick little story, and then I would love to hear you guys share your experiences, and then we'll round it up with the 2 questions I went and grabbed from some students, and it'll be a great little hour session for everybody to listen to. So my story goes all the way back to North Dakota, my first year teaching. I was playing Call of Duty. It was 1 a.m. For some reason, I wanted Taco Bell. Now, there are 2 Taco Bells in the city I was living in. There's one that closes at midnight. And then 45 minutes away is the 24-hour Taco Bell. And I drove, and I showed up. And I came in there at 1:32 in the morning and said, can I please get a grande meal? Now, for those of you who are less experienced taco fans, a grande meal is 10 assorted bean burritos, soft tacos, and hard shell tacos made to your specifications. So I got my 5 bean burritos and no red sauce because that stuff is horrible for you. 2 soft tacos and 3 hard shell tacos. And I proceeded to drive home and arrived with no Taco Bell in that vehicle. And it was a magnificent trip. And I jumped back online and I played me some COD. And it was a wonderful night of gaming, love, and enjoyment. Now that I've told you that embarrassing story, Donnie, have you ever had any crazy late night cravings that have popped up from gaming?
Yeah, actually. Long time ago when I out of high school, but not yet in college, and not yet. Let's call it professionally employed. I was employed, but not professionally employed. There's a difference. Working odd-end jobs, and I used to work night shifts, and I used to stay up and play Gears with a couple friends from school. And one night I had a friend over, and we were playing Gears together, local play with our other friend at his house. And he wanted, when I say this, I feel like your mind's going to eventually find its way to where it needs to go, but I'm not going to say it because this is a family-friendly podcast. But let's just say it, at like 2 a.m, he really, really, really needed some iced glazed donuts from O'Charlie's. And so he loved these donuts that O'Charlie's had, and we have an O'Charlie's that stays open like super, super late in the next county over. And we drove after we did it was Gears 2. I think we were doing Gears 2. We're doing the
third best of the Gears games, by the way, folks.
The third best. Wow. We were jumping down into the underground parts of the game. I remember everything was real red and orange. That's barely all I remember. And he was like, "Man, have you ever had those donuts from O'Charlie's?" And I was like, "No, man, I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Man, they have appetizer donuts and they get the icing and it's hot." He's like, "It's the best thing in the world." And I was like, "Man, well, O'Charlie's over here is closed." He's like, "Yeah, but the one in the next county's not." I was like, Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, let's go." So we drove, got donuts, and came back and tiptoed back into the house, and then finished that game. We played it until the sunrise came up, until we finished the campaign.
I was really hoping that was going to turn into a White Castle story.
I have a White Castle story, but I have a White Castle story, but it has nothing to do with video games.
Everything has something to do with video games. Like, I go to work so I can afford more video games.
There you go. So, all right. So my White Castle story is we were watching the White Castle movie, right?
Yep.
And we're all hanging out at my apartment at the time, and my friend was like, I've got one friend, he hasn't really done a whole lot outside of the state of Georgia, and he was like, "Man, what is this White Castle?" And I was like, "It's like Crystal, but it's better." And he's like, "No, it can't be better." And you remember I'm Georgia here, so by way of Ohio, but living in Georgia, down here they don't have White Castle, and they do all the Crystal thing, and they think it's better, and it's not. They think it is, it's not. So I was like, well, because I'm a Yankee, I happen to know that the nearest White Castle happens to be in, what is it? Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Took me a minute. And it's about a 6-hour drive. And he was like, "You can't be that good." I'm like, "Dude, I'm telling you, it's that good." He's like, "If I call out of work, you go get White Castle?" I was like, "Absolutely." And our friend was like, Yep, let's do it. So we all cut out of work the next day, and we drove from Atlanta, Georgia to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And it makes it a little easier. They got a disc golf course, so we also stopped off and played around at disc golf. But we all got 10 sliders, fries, and big red soda. That's the best way to get it. You got to get the big red soda.
Big red. Oh,
big red. I'm telling you, man. Yes, real White Castle. Big red soda. Sat down and we ate them, and he loved them, actually. The Georgia boy was convinced. He was like, "Oh, these are really good." I was like, so much better than Crystal.
Now, real quick, in Chicago, when we do White Castle, you take a slider, you put the fries in, you take another slider, and you squish and bite. Is that how you guys do it as well?
Yeah, that's
okay. I want to make sure that experience was.
Do you do cheese?
Yeah. Oh, always.
No cheese.
How you eat all
burgers?
The cheese. That's how all burgers are ate.
Not White Castle sliders. Sliders, no cheese. They come with no cheese. Onions, mustard, man.
Yep. I just like cheese.
That's true.
Yes, you do.
I've never had an issue with cheese. Just cheese and I are best friends. So, Dev, gaming, food.
Man. So, all of my gaming is always done late at night. Ever since I was a young man. For some reason, the late night always just calls me.
By my watch, everything you do is late at night.
This is true. Everything.
Like you just live in the night. You're like
pretty much. I'm a very nocturnal creature. But my story, and Donnie, you'll like this because it actually involves Nintendo. Because I'm old. So yeah, we were all at a friend's house. This was like the neighborhood house where we all go and hang out. This is still in high school, by the way. And we were all playing GoldenEye, super late at night. And luckily for us, in LA, there's a 7-Eleven always somewhere close. Ours happens to be right around the corner. And we decide that we all want to go out and get chili cheese, nachos, big gulps, and just all the assortment of candy you need to just stay up all night to keep playing. So we go out, cross it's like a block away. It's like good 4 or 5 of us. We all just mob on over to 7-Eleven. We get there. They don't have any chili.
Whew.
This isn't gonna work.
No.
We need these nachos. This isn't gonna work. The next 7-Eleven is probably about 7-8 blocks away. So we hoof it because again, this is high school. We don't have cars. So we hoof it, and I think right now it's probably about 2 a.m. So we hoof it all the way to 7-Eleven. They've got nachos, but their big gulp machine is out of order. So we get the nachos and we hoof it all the way back to the other 7-Eleven, which happens to be right around the corner from the house. So it's all good. We get our big gulps, we've got all our candy, we've got our nachos, and we continue to play GoldenEye until the sun comes up. And I just want to say now, I hate Boris. I hate him. I hate him to this day. He's the fastest character in GoldenEye. So if you're chasing him, you're not going to catch him. He's going to get away. He is the most irritating character in that game, and I hate him. Oh my God, I hate him. Whoever picked Boris first always seem to win the match because he literally can just run circles around you because you can't catch him. It's not fair. It's ridiculous.
I don't ever remember actually getting to play GoldenEye. I know I have played it. I don't remember fond memories of it.
It's hard to go back to. Not because of the way it looks, but the way it controls. Running around with that D-pad C-stick thing it's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone back to it. I only remember playing it back then, and it was
back then you felt great because it's all you ever knew. Now you go back.
It started this FPS stuff.
Now you go back and you have to move you strafe with the C buttons, but you move, but you look with the stick. So it's like this slide, but you're turning. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like driving that stupid bulldozer in Destiny 2. It's terrible. The driving is. Please tell me I'm not going to drive a whole lot in this game because
no, that's the only bulldozer stupid thing you drive. You get the Sparrow later, and the Sparrow was great.
Okay,
the Sparrow was amazing.
So I unlocked the Sparrow in that game and forgot to use it for a long time. So because I was so ingrained of running, I'd just be hoofing, and then you sit there going, wait, why am I not? Oh, my bad. X. Let's go.
I'm with you on that one. I was definitely hoofing it a lot more than the Sparrow because for what?
Yeah. Now, the big man in me had something I had to ask just because, it's been gnawing at me. When you make your big gulp, you put Slurpee at the bottom for your ice, right?
Oh, my God. I've never done that.
I'm glad I could be here for you right now. Yeah.
Just blew my mind. I have never done that.
Oh, man. Yeah. Again, I'm a very large guy. When you're 6'7" and 350 plus pounds, I know how to eat. I know how to work around some stuff. I've never put ice in a big gulp. It has always been normally it was whatever the berry flavored Slurpee was. But once they made the pina colada one, pina colada and Sprite.
Well, that's basically an icy, isn't it?
From
the movie. It's just Mo's making ices over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to 7-Eleven tomorrow and doing that.
I'm telling you.
Why tomorrow?
Change your life.
What are you talking about?
It's only 9:30 your time.
It's a late show. It's the late show.
It is only 10 o'clock right now.
But I'm nachos. I'll go get Slurpee. We'll get on Destiny 2.
I think
keep this party going.
It's a good plan. I'm really liking where this is going.
I mean, if you want to stay up and play Destiny, I'm not going to stop you. I'll jump in with you.
My PS4 character is almost up to 70 now.
My character is better than Mo's?
Only on PS4.
Woohoo! Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it any way I can get.
On Xbox, I think I've got two 250s and a 295.
I got to
I'm 305 over here.
10 or something.
305. It's worldwide.
It's worldwide.
I got so many Destiny things to ask that I want to ask Devin, but I'll just take over the podcast. I got so much.
Well, our actual first question involves Destiny. So
there we go.
That actually ties in really good. So when I knew I was going to get this opportunity, there were 2 students who have been loyal PSVG fans. So thank you, Shy. Okay, thank you, Colby. I love you too. You two have been huge. You've been pushing me, and you're actually the reasons that when this opportunity came, you were there with me in PE playing colony ball, which is like kickball and dodgeball morphed into one. It's a great game if y'all ever are doing a family event and you want one of the rules. We love it. And so the first one actually comes from our buddy Shy, and she actually asked me. Let me read this proper. Got you, Shy. Got you. I ain't gonna mess this up. I ain't gonna mess it up. Coach and friends, what is it about Destiny 2 that has made you feel so connected, ingrained, and wanting to play more? As a person who never played the Destiny games, I want to know if this is a way that or something I should jump into. Shy, we're about to give you some good stuff.
This is the perfect opportunity for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Don.
Shy couldn't tee it up for me any better. I never played the first game. Well, that's not true. I played the beta for about 30 minutes. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going. This is not for me. I turned that off, and I never gave it another chance. Not only did I never give it another chance, I have kind of put blinders up to all that it is. Like, for all the hype, I'm like, nope, don't care, don't want to know. Like, you guys do your thing. All I've ever heard was like this, like this no story, do the same thing over and over, grindy. Like, my entire impression of the game was skewed. So I got the coach. So let's go back a bit. The reason I bought Destiny 2 is because I wasn't completely entertained with Star Wars Battlefront beta.
Oh,
I got in.
Welcome to the club.
Okay, it appears to be a really large club except for Nathan. Nathan's the one guy who's like, it's amazing, and we're all like, it's not.
But see, you got to remember though, and I love Nate. Like,
so do I.
Nate Todd's a great guy. But when you have such a strong love for something, you get those that true love blinders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys ever seen the movie Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
That is Nate in Star Wars. that's me and Madden. Like, we don't see what everybody else sees. We see perfection. Yeah. So we can't be mad at him for it. We just gotta.
No, I'm not at all. I jumped into Star Wars. I played about an hour multiplayer. I played about 30 minutes with my son doing some of the single player stuff, and I was just like, I feel like this happens to me every year with Battlefield. Every time a Battlefield game comes out, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. Look at the stuff, especially when they have story stuff. I'm like, oh, I want to play it. And then I get it and I play it and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. It's not as good as Call of Duty. Like it doesn't play as well. Like, I don't like playing it, especially the multiplayer. And I've never claimed to be good. It's not that I'm bad. That's not what I'm saying. I've never claimed to be good. But I've played Call of Duty online with Mo and Haley and Brian. I can hold my own. Like, I get kills. Like, I've never been like, when I'm in Battlefield, I'm like, I don't even know who shot me. What happened? Like, I hit the ground and then all of a sudden I disappeared. And then like they have the camera that shows you who shot you, but it doesn't. Like, it just shows me a wall. It was like somebody apparently shot me through a wall, or the camera can't. I have no idea what's happening. Like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. So Battlefield to me basically is like a solo thing. Like, I enjoyed Battlefield 1 because I just played it solo. And the moment I tried to play it online, I was like, no, I can't. I'm just getting shot from everywhere. I'm shooting at trees. I don't know who to shoot at, where they're coming from. So I think I've learned my lesson with Battlefield. Campaign, I'm good. Multiplayer, I'm not. So knowing that, I was like, there's no way I can be day one on this game. This is not going to be my shooter for the year. Like, every fall, I buy a shooter. Most of the time, it's Call of Duty. Like, 8 out of 10 times, it's Call of Duty. But we had that Destiny podcast, and I've had Devin and when I was in the Discord, Play Some Video Games Discord chat, by the way, a little plug. When I was in the Discord chat, I was saying all the things I didn't like about Battlefront, and everybody was like, you know what? You should get Destiny. I like Destiny. I'm not good at shooters, and I like Destiny. The only shooter I like is Splatoon, and I like Destiny. There's all these things everybody's like, there are 3 shooters I like, Splatoon, Overwatch, and Destiny. And like all these things that people kept saying about Destiny, I was like, maybe I should try it. Like, I've never tried it. And I found a deal. I bought it for $35, PlayStation 4. So I was like, you know what? If I don't like it and Devin hates me, I'll just trade it in. It's not that big of a deal. Like, So I jumped in. And thankfully, Devin jumped in with me. As soon as I started the game, I started streaming, and Devin jumped in the chat. And all of the questions that I had about all the things from Destiny 1, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Where am I supposed to be going? Who's that? I don't know who's talking. Why are they talking? What happened? All these questions he was answering in real time for me and like holding my hand through the beginning of the game. So then I started to play the game, and I was like, oh, it's like Halo. And then I kept playing more, and I was like, it's like Halo, but it's better. And then I started playing more, and then now it's turned into this. To answer Shai's question, what it's turned into for me now, as I've purchased the collector's edition guide and the expansion pass, I'm now more intrigued than anything to learn the world of Destiny. This game has like a language and a culture about it that if you've played it, can you talk and understand what other people are saying. Every day I jump into the chat and I'm like, who are the Hive and who are the Fallen and what happened to these people and why are these people working together and why am I here? And I just constantly like, and he answers with like some ridiculous thing. I'm like, and what does that mean? He's like, oh, it's 469. Or like, what? I don't understand. And then you get into it and you learn a little bit more. And it's like I feel like I'm learning a language. I feel like I'm learning a foreign language. And
but Destiny has no story.
But Destiny has no story. The more and more I get it, and like the first time I saw the Cabal, and they start saying things dominance, and I was like, "What is these dudes are like Roman?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they're very similar." I'm like, "Oh, like I was getting all this history tie-ins, and it's like, as much as I am enjoying the game, and the game is fun. Like I think that map helps a lot, Devin. I now know where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do. That having that single thing goes a long way for me. Somebody that needs a little more hand-holding, but honestly, just feeling like I'm learning something, like I'm on a new frontier in video games. Like, I've said this before in the podcast, sometimes I just get in the mood for something different, like I've done the Call of Duty thing. I get the formula. I've done the Battlefield thing. I got it. Sometimes I just want to, like, somebody show me something new. Destiny is unlike a game, any other game I've ever played. You're absolutely right. It's Halo, plays like Halo, feels like Halo, but it's also like, WoW. Like it's and when you say that, it doesn't make sense. Like when you say that, it's like World of Warcraft but Halo, and you're like, what does that even mean? And then you play it and you realize it and you're like, oh yeah, this is different. It's on a whole new level. I'm only power level 105 110, something like that, so I'm still very early in the game. I don't know, 5-7 hours maybe, and I already bought the expansion pass. I was like, yeah, no, I can see myself playing this for a while. So sure, I got the game on sale and I just threw them more money. I was like, I like it. Here's the rest of the money that you need, and I'll keep doing this at my own pace. It's fun, and I should mention I've only played it solo to this point. I have not played with anybody else. I am just over here on my own doing my own little shooter thing for now.
Nice. Big Dev, expand.
So I like that you're playing solo. The beauty of the game is you can play it however you want. It's funny. Josh and I both have only played 95% of the game solo. It's that enjoyable by yourself, and then when you have a bunch of friends to play, it's just even better. For me, Destiny is just that thing that I keep coming back to. I'm a huge World of Warcraft guy. Like that was my game. That's probably my game of life. Like that's my favorite game of all time, hands down. It's got so much to it. There's always something to do. There's always something to come back to. The characters, the storyline, the lore. It's so deep that there's always something new to learn, always something new to see, something new to play. Destiny scratches that itch on console for me. What I initially was calling it was the world of Halo Lands, because it is a Bungie shooter, so it plays like Halo.
Yep.
It's got that World of Warcraft type feel with all the lore and just the MMO, the very, very light MMO type vibe. But then it also has all this loot and guns like Borderlands. You also have a small fire team, like your fire teams are of 3 or of 6. Or in Borderlands, I think there were 4. So it had a lot of that mixture. And Borderlands is also another one of those games that I absolutely love. So it was just scratching the Borderlands itch. It was scratching the World of Warcraft itch, and it's on console. And I can play with my friends. And oh my God, this FPS, like the controls are just so butter. There is nothing like getting a headshot or shooting the Vex in the juice box in Destiny. There's no feeling like it.
I don't even know what that means. I want to know. I want to know.
So yeah, getting a Fallen, taking out their head and watching their soul kind of escape. Popping a Cabal in the head and watching their air just go away and they die because they can't breathe oxygen, I guess. And then getting the juice a Vex right in the juice box and watching them explode. Like it's just that feeling is so satisfying. And just the 30 seconds of fun kind of loop with Destiny where it's like you turn the corner, okay, it's a room, let's clear them out, let's get the loot. let's get the ammo. All right, let's run out. Oh, I just saw an Ingram. It popped. Oh, I got a purple Ingram. All right, cool. So it's just that loop, that loop of getting loot and being able to just shoot stuff and cause mass destruction, and also feeling like this just overpowered badass. Like you're a space cowboy. I mean, whether you're a Titan or a Hunter or a Warlock master class, you have the ability to just rain down destruction upon your enemies, and you just feel like the ultimate badass. And yet you're in a crew of badasses, whether you're in the raid with 6 people or you're running a fire team with 3. Like, it's just this awesome feeling of being able to run through and just destroy stuff. And you're with your friends or you're solo. And then for me, the lore, like I'm a huge story nut. So I love the fact that all of these characters are, for the most part, very well thought out. They have a history and a lore to them. And I like when I have something extra not in the game to actually go seek. So when people say there's no story in the game, I can agree with that. There's not in D1, there wasn't a whole lot of story, but there's so much in that grimoire. So when I'm not in the game, like literally playing the game, there's something for me to actually read or go seek out or go find outside of the game. I love stuff like that. Like with World of Warcraft, I have probably about 30 novels that I've read through. I love having that extra lore, that expanded universe, as they would call it in the Star Wars land. So they've got that in Destiny. So being able to have just all of that, being able to play with my friends, and having a game that just controls and is so smooth, it's just like, it's like a bike, man. You don't forget how to play. You're always ready to go back. And the fact that there is always something to do in Destiny, it's one of those games that you can leave for a little while and go play something else that comes out and then go back in. And it's just like, oh, okay, I'm home, you know? So that's what I would say. Like, if you're looking for a game that has that longevity where you can go and come back, and there's going to be expansions and DLC, and they're going to completely add to the game and add more stuff, so you can step away and play something and then come back and have something to do. That is what I would say is going to be the most appealing thing of Destiny. Like, there's always something to do. It's a great game to play with friends, and it's just a really, really fun game. It's just really smooth. It's just butter. It's just butter.
Nice. And Shy, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it here just for all the new listeners and people. I played Destiny 1 for 200 hours. I'm lowballing it. For 150 of those hours, I played it 100% alone with nobody else, because I didn't have any other friends that were gamers. If they were gamers, we played Madden. I didn't have anybody to split the difference with. And 2 years ago, when I moved to San Antonio, right before I met you, Shy, I met up with these guys from MTTG, and I started playing Madden with them. And then they were telling me about these other games they were playing, and I played my first mission with someone else. It was with Dan Anthony on Destiny. And I was like, what is this strike thing? I wasn't doing the strikes. I've still never done a raid. I've played the entire games, all the story that I could. I have never gotten to do a raid. Just never had the chance to, because I never had friends that played. That's what Destiny 2 now. It was fun playing alone, but the moment I got to jump in and finish the main story with Ray, and we're just smashing through, and we're shooting Cabal, and we're jumping through trying to blow up stuff that I can't say what it was, but we blown it up because I don't want to ruin the story for people. But I was going nuts. I gotta stop. I will get too spoilery. I'm whoo. Calm. I will remember that. And then I remember doing the exact same set of missions with Dan, and how great that was with us. And so this game, my students know sometimes I just gotta write poetry. So Destiny 2, this is for you. Roses are red. They can also be pink. I promise you play Destiny 2, it most likely won't stink. Love the game. So I do that in class, and my kids hate it because I coach, you can't write poetry. I'm like, I can. It's really good. I've got a basic formula, and I knock it out the park, folks. But Shy, I hope that answered why there's 3 people here who really enjoy playing the game. And we'll move on to Colby's question. Colby's question is, as older gamers, what do you think keeps you connected in gaming?
Old.
No, as older gamers, because he knows we're all not high schoolers anymore. So as older gamers, what keeps us connected to gaming? Like what is it that draws us back? And I couldn't tell if he was talking about the information side, so let's add a little bit of that, but also maybe it's on the gaming front as well. What in gaming is pulling you to keep wanting to play games? So, Donnie,
well, our generation, so like I guess the Generation X kids, probably the first generation that can really say that like they grew up completely with video games. And you get the late '80s crowd, you know, they grew up and they had like Atari and stuff, but like our generation, or at least my generation, I can't speak for everybody. I'm only 30, but I mean, as far as I can remember, I know video games. I mean, it's from the beginning, and not just like video games, but you know, like amazing video games, like video games that we still think of amazing today. You know, I don't look back at Pong and go, "What an amazing!" I know Pong was amazing. There's nothing to discredit Pong, but I'm talking like I grew up Super Mario World, Link to the Past. Like I grew up with amazing video games, games that are still very amazing today. Considering that, I mean, it's something I don't necessarily know if it's something I could just let go of. I don't think there's anything that's kept me to it. It's just it's all I know. Like if I just grew up and I knew it, you know, it's like, what else would I do? It's like, I guess it's very similar. Like if you grew up on sports, I mean, I played a lot of sports and like I grew up, you know, Buckeye fan, repping my O already. I mean, if you grew up as a fan of a sports team, you don't just like leave it behind. That's your team. It's what you grew up. It's all you've known. That's it. It's a part of who you are. I think having kids helped. I definitely played more as my kids got more into it than I used to just by myself. So kids went a long way. I like sharing some of that with my kids. The other day we sat on the couch. We played Bust a Move for 2 hours on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Mini Console Edition, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic to sit there and play on that old school remote.
On what system?
On the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Mini Console Edition.
Man, that's such a mouthful. I wonder if there's a way you can shorten that.
I mean, I tried. I thought there was, but apparently there wasn't. It got so much rebuttal. It's people really like to be specific. They need specific words said to them. So
okay.
It's fantastic. And so yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can really say. I grew up with it. It's no different than my heritage and my sports teams and my passions that, you know, were instilled for me from youth. And I don't know. I mean, I think we're gonna be like, I know there's like Wii's in senior homes, but I think by the time we're 60, there'd be like Halo in senior homes. It'd be like a different like senior homes, instead of having Wii Sports, have like LAN parties. Yep. You know, like yeah, it's like it's just what we know. It's what we do. So,
Dev.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Donnie said, it's ingrained in me. I mean, I'm 6 years older than him, and like I'm Nintendo. Like, as far as I remember, as far as I can go back, like I've always had video games. Like starting with Super Mario Brothers. Like, so it's just something that's ingrained in me. It's something that I latched on too early, and I've never stopped playing video games. So what keeps me coming back is just it's something that I love to do, and it's always the discovery of something new. It's like somebody who likes to read. It's finding a new world, finding something else to escape into, finding something else to enjoy. So with video games, it's the same way. It's like, what's going to be the next thing that I dive into? What's the next game that I'm going to get lost in? So it's that type of escapism and just being able to find a whole new world to jump into. So it's just, like Donnie said, something that's always been there, something that I don't ever see going away. It's not a phase. It's part of who I am. Like, I love playing video games. I'd rather play video games and watch TV or watch movies. Those are my video games and movies. I'll rather play a video game and get into that story than watch TV anytime, because not only am I getting the entertainment value from like a movie or television or story perspective, it's also interactive, because I hate just like sitting there and vegging out and doing nothing. Like I want to have some kind of interaction. And that's probably also because, like Donnie said, like when you play sports, it's something that you always want to do. And I've played sports my entire life. It's something that I'll always do. It's just who I am. Same with video games. It's something that's ingrained in me and something that's never going to change. Like it's something that I love. And when you have something that you love, that's a passion, you don't just stop. You keep playing. So, like Donnie said, it's just something that's there, and it's something that's not going away. And we better have LAN parties in our retirement homes, or else I'm gonna riot.
Sorry, kids, I gotta stay with you. they don't have that Google Fiber. I'm out. I can't mess around with this guy. Cobes for me. So I originally got into gaming because of you guys, because of the students. I wanted to connect. I wanted to be the teacher that you could talk to about your interests. And that turned into, I got hooked on achievements. Like, I love competing. I love that so far this year, every month, when you look at the number one achievements person on my friends list, it says Coach Hulk every month. Now, I said I was going to do it for the whole year. I've got October, November, December left, 3 months left, and I will have done 12 months in a row of me being the top of the charts. Now, Nate tried a couple times. He tried to get me, and I played some real bad games to make sure I didn't get got. But it's a great experience, and I love the competitiveness. Plus, I'm going to tell you guys, when I play those stories, when I play some of the games that I got on the back shelf behind me, it does something in my head that I don't experience anywhere else. I played 10 hours of Shadow of Mordor. Never once did a story mission. I just run around killing orcs because that was what I thought the game was. Then my buddy Ray goes, "Hey, Mo, you know the big glowing yellow icons?" "Yeah, Ray, I know those." "Have you gone to any of those yet?" "Nah, I ain't got time for that. I'm just going to kill orcs." "Mo, try it." So I go to the yellow icon. There are missions in that game. And that's how I play. I just kind of do what I do. I'm like, I'm gonna go tank mode on this game. I treat everything like it was Borderlands. I'm just Coach gonna smash. That's how it's going down, guys. I'm gonna pick up guns. I'm gonna shoot. That's it. And that's how I play games. And this has led to me having an outlet when I'm having that really bad day, when I don't know if I can deal with another one of those parent phone calls for you guys where I got kids who maybe they're hungry or they don't have clean clothes or they can't come to sports because they don't have a ride, and I'm trying to find rides for you. When I'm dealing with the stresses of my day as a teacher and I come in and I can just smash through a game for 20 minutes, there's nothing like it. And that's why I still play. Now, the other part of that, how we keep in touch with it, I will tell you, I use two main sites. I use Achievement Hunter. They've got some great stuff. Really, really grateful for them. And then I'm not a big IGN person. I love Game Informer. So, Colbs, if you want, I have my back issues of that one. I'll bring those to school. I'll toss them up in the library. You go to town on those. I've got hundreds of those. And they just tell you how games got built in the stories. I love that magazine. I love that website. So that's where I go to get my information. Dev, where do you go to pull stuff to keep in the know in gaming?
For me, honestly, it's Twitter. Like, I just follow a lot of gaming personalities and get a lot of information from Twitter. Like, just following all the different studios that I enjoy, following Sony, following Microsoft, following Nintendo. That's just how I stay connected. And yeah, I'll go to IGN, I go to Game Informer. I have a Game Informer subscription, so I definitely get the magazines. And I'm old school. I like to read. I don't want to watch videos. I don't want to hear your voice. I want to read. That's just how I grew up. Like, I had subscriptions to everything: GamePro, EGM, Nintendo Power. Like, I had all of that. So I'm a big reader, and I just like to read about games. So yeah, IGN is probably one of my sites. Game Informer, GameSpot. Yeah, that's how I do it.
And Donnie, as the founder of PSVG, a gaming website, how do you stay in the know?
Twitter.
Okay.
I have a TweetDeck, and I have it lined up, and some of the folks that help us have logged in from time to time, and they're like, whoa. I've got like 20 columns set up, all kinds of separate like search fields and tags and different companies and alerts, and I got all kinds of stuff that goes off. It's like looking at the Matrix. It just cascades all day, and it's usually always up on my screen. Since having started PSVG, our Discord really keeps me up to date. There's a lot of things that I find through there, especially for things that I don't necessarily keep up on, because that's one of the great things that I'm really enjoying about Destiny 2 is a sense of discovery that I don't know. Like in the Nintendo realm, I feel like I know everything about every game, and people are coming to me to ask me about a Nintendo game. Like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this game. What do you think? And I'm telling you, I saw these 8 different reviews and these previews and all the stories, and here's all the knowledge that I have about this game because I follow Nintendo news that closely. And it's cool when I find a game that I'm not, and I'm just like, Devin, I got questions. I don't know what any of this means. So the Discord chat's great because we have so many fans, super fans of everything. You know, if there's an indie game that I'm thinking about buying on Xbox, I know I just got to type at Coach Hulk. What is this game? Is it worth $8? Because, you know, like if I'm not following it, I know that I know somebody that is. I have a guy for that. I got a guy. So
I do love the indies. Okay. So Colbs, I hope that answers your question. I hope you can learn, get a little Twitter. I know it's not as hip and cool as you guys on your Snappy Chats and your Instagrams, but I like them and they work pretty good for us. I know that's not right. It's an Instagram.
Snappy Chats.
Snappy Chats. It
Yes.
sounds better that way.
I agree.
I don't want you to snap when you chatting to me. That's how you get in trouble. Sit down. Whoa. What, you just snapped at me? Sorry, mama. No, Snappy Chats. It's classy. It's efficient. Now, at the end of our show, the things that I want PSVG OT to be is we're just going to end this by saying something we're grateful for. How great it was to get to talk to you guys. That's mine. Donnie, Dev, I love you too. You are the D&D partners I've always needed. Dungeons and Dragons, don't make it weird, folks. Okay? So I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate getting to just spend some time with you guys and joke around and laugh and smile. I love you both muy, muy mucho. That's French for a lot. So, Dev, what are you thankful for, man?
I'm thankful for family and friends right now. Just got a lot of stuff going on outside of the gamosphere in life right now. Just thankful for really good family and really good friends that you can just talk to or call on whenever you need them.
Love it. Donnie?
You guys took all the good ones. Well, thankful for everybody else. Thankful for family and friends. I don't know. Thankful for Taco Bell.
Yes.
Still there for us. Dude, it's 1:30, Coach. I'm thankful for the sleep I'm about to have. Like at this point, I'm very thankful.
All right. Well, to wrap it up for PSVGOT, that's game over. Have a great night.